There, it's Jan-Marie Dorr, and welcome. Glad you're here. I'm going to be talking today about how you can sell your knowledge and your wisdom, and not just your time. So if you're in a service business or a coaching business and you are packaging up your time, working one-on-one with clients perhaps, then I'm going to talk to you today about how you can start selling your knowledge, which is one way to start scaling up your business and your income and your impact as well. So hi, if you're here, say hello. Hop on, glad you're here. If you're on the replay afterwards, just put replay in, make a comment. I'd love to hear what you think of today's topic, and I am available for questions as well if you have any as we go along, or at the end. I'm just going to be talking briefly about how to sell your knowledge. So I'm Jan-Marie Dorr, and I coach women entrepreneurs, mainly coaches, and the women I call change makers, who are up to big things in the world. They have a service and an expertise, and they really want to help people. And I help them achieve a freedom business model, achieve freedom in their business with what I call a really lean business model. And to me, that's what I've designed, is a lean business model. And mine is having, I'm even simplifying mine now. I help women really simplify their business and free up their time. And so what I recommend is having a signature online course and a signature coaching program, and that's mainly all you need. And you can sell the course in a passive way, or you can package it with coaching, with mastermind, with memberships, all kinds of things. So it starts with your knowledge. So I'll talk to you about that today, and just about a few ways that you can start thinking about how you could sell your knowledge, particularly if you're currently in a time for money model, I call it, where you're charging either by the hour or it could be by the month, but you're charging for your time basically. Even if you have a 3-month coaching package, it's your time that people are paying for. So as soon as you start packaging up your knowledge and selling your knowledge, your expertise, teaching people how to do what you do or what you know, you can start bumping up your prices for that, because you're teaching them, you're training them, and there's a lot of value in that. So that's what people will pay for, the teaching that you can offer them that will help them get to a particular outcome or a transformation that they're looking for. And so I love creating. I know most of the women that I work with are really content machines, content creators. We're always creating content. So why not think about packaging it up into an online course or a digital product that you could sell over and over 24/7 at your website. And so I call this a lean business model. It's one thing I love to teach. I call it my work less, live more business model, which I know many women want as well. Gives you more freedom. And so it's just a slightly different way to earn income. I know when I started my business 20 years ago now, there was only the time for money model. We weren't selling things online, although I did start doing that early on. I've been selling information products for a long time. Looked quite a bit different than they do now, but it was still packaging up my knowledge, selling that, and then I bundle mine into a group coaching program, which I love to do as well, and I love to coach women to do that. So you can sell your knowledge for a premium. Some women ask me, how do I charge a premium price? I don't feel like I can bump up the fee for my coaching services. So if you package up some sort of online training, packaging up your knowledge, what you know, you can, almost double your prices overnight if you bundle that in with your coaching program, because it's your teaching, your training, your wisdom that people will really value, because that's often what helps them get to a result. So that's where you can charge higher fees, premium prices, and it's the foundation. For me, it's the foundation for a freedom leveraged business model as well. So, so how to sell your knowledge, not just your time. And so I talked about having a signature online course. And I know over time, I've created a lot of courses, a lot of different courses. And right now I'm in the process of really simplifying my courses and having one main signature course. I have 3 right now. 2 are my main ones. I'd call 2 of them my signature. And so the one, I'm going to make it into more of a self-study so that I can really feature and highlight my one signature course Because at this point in time, I like to change up my business every couple of years. And right now, I've been working with startups, people just starting their business for a long time. Where I love to play is women that are really growing and scaling and stepping up to the next level. They've been in business for some time, and they really want to take advantage of the wisdom that they have, their superpowers, and how do I package that up and make money with that so I can make some money online and live a real freedom lifestyle as well. So that's where I love to play. So my one that's a little bit geared more towards starting up a coaching business, I'm going to make that more into a self-study. There will still be some support, but a lighter level of support. And then we're just working on changing up my website to really focus on my signature offer, which will be what I'm talking about today, is packaging up your knowledge, because that's one thing I love to help women do, really mapping out whether it's a step-by-step system, often it is, but you package it into instructional lessons that, and very often it's what you've learned, what you know. Sometimes it's something you do really well, you take it for granted, but other people are just so impressed by what you do that, it's difficult for them, but easy for you. And that's the kind of thing you want to start teaching online. Now, I love to teach. I love coaching, but I also love to teach. And I'm shifting a little bit more into teaching mode, and that's where online courses and selling your knowledge online, I call it teaching to sell, so teaching online. And so I'm shifting into playing a little bit more in that space, teaching, creating content, really helping people, because I've found when I package up some lessons or some content, it helps the people I'm coaching and working with get to a more transformational outcome more quickly, more efficiently as well. So that's why I love online courses. So you can teach other people what you know, leverage all the hard-earned wisdom that you have, that you've earned over the years, and you're just packaging that up. And there's various ways to sell it online. Now, what I've noticed and what I'm really happy about is selling courses online has become so much easier. When I was first doing them, the tech was really complicated. It was a complicated setup to set up not only a sales page, but a download page where people could preview or look at your videos or your course. You had to do custom design, things like that. So there's much, much better systems now. It's almost free to get started teaching online, and really easy to create content and get your lessons up there. I'm really impressed by the service that I use, how easy they make it to get your lessons up online and get started right away. Get lesson 1 up there and start teaching it. So I want to encourage you to start thinking about how you could package up your knowledge. So sometimes there's a few things. Look at what you know, what you've learned, your story of what you've experienced over time. Now, I work with women entrepreneurs, and I've been a women entrepreneur, so I look back at my stories, my lessons I've learned in my business. My goal is always to help women streamline and simplify, make things easier for them. So I'm always looking at that. How can I help them streamline? How can I help them live, that more freedom-based lifestyle as well? Now, I've always had an online business since I started mine 20 years ago. I've always been online, even when we were in the low-tech days and my courses were delivered by telephone, not by my video. But I've always had a global roster of clients all over the world, and I love that. That's how I took my coach training as well. So I love reaching people around the world. So that's another benefit of packaging up your knowledge and teaching online. You can reach a global audience. Now, a lot of women I work with, their goal is to have a bigger impact, reach more people. And of course, we want to make more money, but the more people that you reach, the more people you help, often the more money you're making as well. But I know the motivation for most of the women, or a lot of the women I work with, is more the helping people part. And then the money comes from that, from you helping more people. If you're helping, 1,000 people rather than just 10 people, think of how that can exponentially, grow your impact, grow your income. And that's what you can achieve by packaging up your knowledge. So it's a different way to think about your business. It's a different business model, basically. I think of packaging up your time as the startup phase, and then you want to move into, okay, selling your wisdom, your knowledge, your expertise, and shifting into doing some teaching and some coaching. Maybe there's some consulting and mentoring. There's lots of ways to, package up and to facilitate the learning that you want to offer. But I talked about having a signature online course, really good to do. So something you could become known for, that people could refer other people to you for. And there's great opportunity here for all of us, I think, to have our own unique signature course. It's branded. Only you have lived your own experience, and only you have the wisdom and the lessons that you want to share in the way you want to share them, the way you want to help other people. So to me, that's really exciting because there's opportunity for all of us. It's more of, I'll call it a niche audience that you have, that, you carve out your group of people that you can help. You don't have to help the whole world. And so it's sort of fun to play in a space where there's a certain group of people you can really help even at a deep transformational level, and help those people and get the word out about that. And then they're going to help pass the word as well. They're going to be so excited about the, learning from you, that they're going to want to tell other people as well. So selling your knowledge, not just your time. Now, I did mention the benefit of it. The one benefit when you have your signature online course, you become more easily referable. So that's a huge benefit of it. People are looking for experts nowadays. They're looking for people to teach them, to lead them, to inspire them. And so with your wisdom, I know all the women that I work with have a lot of wisdom to share. And so you are looking for, what's that marketable wisdom I can share? What's the way I can turn it into a little bit of a step-by-step system that I can take other people through it? Where would I start? What would I do with them next? Where do I take them to next? So that's how you start looking at your knowledge, how you can move them through certain milestones, and then package that up into a course that you could teach online. So one thing you want to do to start selling your knowledge is look at your story, look at the experiences you've been through, your passion as well, because you definitely want to be passionate about what you're teaching online. If you don't have passion for it, then that's going to come through. So something that you're really passionate about, that you've been through, where you have a lot of stories and examples. You've probably helped a lot of your clients with this particular issue that's your superpower, that you could teach others as well, and so start thinking about, well, how could I turn this into some lessons that I could teach? And one way I like to map that out is almost to think of it, if you were writing a book. This is a great way to think of an online course, because I know people say, well, what steps do I take them through? So if you were writing a book, often we think of that as, well, there's chapters, but very often there's sort of a sequence to it. We're taking people through something. We're starting in a certain place. We're giving a little bit of a preamble and getting them started, and then we're moving them through. We're taking them on a journey, basically, and sharing stories and examples and our own story as well. So if you think of it, if it were a book outline, and let's say there's 8 chapters, that might be your 8 steps, that as a way you're going to package up your knowledge, your expertise, so that you could impart that wisdom to other people. And where you have stories, I know that's what I look out. I'll sometimes jot down a story that I could share with other people with what I'm teaching. I think, well, where's an example in my life or my business where I went through this, and I could share where I was before I mastered this thing, and what the struggles were. You want to share the struggles. It's not just the outcome when you're sharing your knowledge. It's not just, you're not just teaching knowledge, basically, because as you know, there's a lot of information online. Information is pretty free online. You can Google anything. So it's not just knowledge, but it's also your life experience that you're weaving into it. And that's what makes it unique and different. And then the idea, I work with a lot of coaches, of course, that if you're guiding through someone through something to get them to a particular goal or an outcome, then you're packaging up your wisdom in a certain way. It's almost a sequential way. So you look back and think, well, where did I start? where were my struggles and what did I do to overcome some of those struggles and challenges and problems. So what you could do to start thinking about this idea of selling your knowledge and what you could share, just think back to the experiences you've had, the people that you want to help, and then what have you learned that would really help them? Because there are so many people out there looking for help. And it's, it's not just information anymore. It used to be, 10 years ago, it was information we were selling. Now I think it's transformation people want. They've got the information. And now how can you help them go through some certain milestones, certain activities or actions that they're going to take that will help them, learn and grow and really master what it is you want to teach them. Now, part of my goal, my mission is helping more women get their voice out into the world and share their wisdom. And this is why I love talking about this topic, is helping more women just really package up their wisdom, because the online space is a great place to do that. And teaching others just comes so naturally to so many of us as well. So you're teaching what you know. As I said, the benefits of it, you're charging a premium price, helping more people. And then also you've built an asset in your business if you're packaging up your knowledge. So if you're charging for your time disappears basically. But if you create and package up an asset, and that could be an online course, let's say a digital product, that you can sell that over and over and over. So it might take you, let's say it takes you a month to create it. It doesn't have to take that long even, but if it does take you a month to create it, you put that time in, and then you're making money from that over and over. And that's being a smart businesswoman, creating an asset in your business. Because your time is limited. There's only so many hours in a week. But if you're selling your wisdom, your knowledge, your expertise, that can be selling 24/7 at your website, or you can scale up your business by packaging your knowledge, and rather than just working with 8 people at a time in a group program, you could scale that up to even 100 people if you wanted to. Now, we don't always want to work at that level. I know I still like working at an intimate level, but I can scale up my self-study course. I could sell, let's say 10 of those a day, and then have my more advanced course where I'm working with a smaller group of people really in depth with them. So that's the idea of having a few different offers in your business, but it all revolves around your superpower, your zone of genius, which is what you're wanting to package up into an online course. And translate your story, your lessons you've learned. And my tip was also think of it as if you're writing a book. That's a great way to think about it. What would the chapter titles be? What journey would you be taking people through to get them, from point A to point B, or whatever that is? And how do you help them get there? What would encourage them? And there's usually like an action step that they could take that you took, and helping them do that, and then bundling that up into an online course. Really great thing to do. So then you start shifting into selling your knowledge, not just your time. The time for money model is a good one, but I think it's starting to get a little, I want to say, not just outdated, but we're starting to move beyond that. We're in the creative economy as well, where selling your knowledge, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I know the online learning environment is just exploding. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry now, and within a couple of years is scheduled to double. They're predicting it's going to double at least, if not more than that. So it's multi-billions of dollars being spent on online courses in the online space. So hop on this and start packaging up your knowledge. Teach others how to do what you know how to do. What's that superpower you have that people might even say to you, like, you make that look so easy. How do you do that? Or, I see you creating online courses. Like, where do you start? How do you do that? I have people come to me all the time that way saying, I want a business model like yours. Like, how do you get to travel and run your business out of home and be where you want to be and still be making money all the time, even when you're on vacation? Like, that's what I want. How do you do that? So that's why I'm stepping into teaching more of that more and more, and just how I've set up my business model. It's a really lean business model as well. And that you can then scale up your business by teaching online. I'm really excited about teaching women how to teach online. That's my passion right now. It's about helping women get their voice and their message out into the world, share their wisdom, because there's so many wise women out there, and I love supporting them, packaging up that wisdom so that we can help others and reach a lot of people. So that's my tip for you today, is how to sell your knowledge online, not just your time. And so start thinking about what knowledge you have, what experiences you've had, the passion that you have, and you might look at a couple of different ideas for courses, hone in on who's the ideal audience for you, who's currently, in love with your work, and then how can you help them at a deeper level? And that would be an indication of where you might package that up. And you can start small and simple. The tech has gotten much easier now. And so start thinking about ideas. Post in the comments if you want. If you have a question, if you're watching the replay, let me know. Post a question or post a comment. If you're packaging up your knowledge or thinking about an online course, post your idea here. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about, and I'll give a comment back too. And so if you like this video, share it, comment on it. I'd love that. Be sure to like my page or follow me, any of that. And I'm live every Thursday on my Facebook page and in my Facebook group, which is coachesandchangemakers.com, as well as at my Facebook page. So do join me Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going live every week. I've made a commitment to that, and just teaching a concept about running an online business, a coaching and courses business, how to maintain that freedom lifestyle and impact a lot more people. Now, I do have free resources at my website. We're just creating some new ones. We're rebranding my website, creating a new free offer, a new free training that'll be coming out soon, as well as a challenge around creating online courses. So there's not a sign up specifically for that. So if you go to my website at janmariedore.com, put your name and email in, you'll be on my list that way. And we do have a free resource there. I'm just going to be changing that up. But if you get on my list, you'll get the notice then when we get the new trainings and resources coming out very soon. A lot of freebies that will be coming, as well as a paid course as well, paid program. So do check me out next time, 3 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. So thanks for joining me today. This is Jan Marie Dore. And until next time, bye for now.